Hi, I'm here with Aaron Shanks from Paizo. Aaron, how you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for coming out to GenCon.
Yeah, thank you. Like I said, this is my first day here, first time ever going to GenCon, and this has been amazing. I wanted to interview you all today, though, because I just started learning how to play Pathfinder, so I'm a newbie to it, but I absolutely love it. So I want to ask you, a little bit about what does Paizo do, what do they provide, what kind of games do they create?
Absolutely, you bet. So Paizo is a 20-year-old tabletop role-playing game company. So, that means dice. Traditionally, that's everybody gathering around the kitchen table with dice and paper and pencil and creating characters and going on an adventure together with someone like a game master or a dungeon master. We got our start many years ago as a spin-off company of Dungeons and Dragons. That's no secret. Mm-hmm. But we've really made our game our own many years ago by creating Pathfinder. And yes, it has elves and dwarves and dragons and magic and swords and sorcery. Tolkien inspired, but inspired by myths and legends from all over the world and from the creative genius of our writers. Mm-hmm. So, it's a D20 system. You use a 20-sided dice and several other kinds of dice to go on adventures. There's levels 1 through 20. Pathfinder prides itself in having deep character customization so that you can really dive into what's the background of your character, what's its ancestry.
For people who are pretty new to role-playing games or even Pathfinder, what kind of advice would you give them if they want to get started with Pathfinder?
The entry-level products that we have right now. Actually, let me take a step back. Yeah. There are some free things that you can do.
I think we love that.
Right? So go to Archives of Nethys. And what we've done is we've made sure all of our rules are freely available online at the website called Archives of Nethys. Mm-hmm. And also, we have a partner called Demiplane, and they have a site called Pathfinder Nexus, and they have some free starter material as well. So there are several different ways you can just sort of get your feet wet and start to explore the game without spending a dime.
Right.
And certainly there's a core rule book that we have. Now, we're in the process of selling through these core rule books. Right. We think we'll probably be sold out by October or November, and then we're relaunching new entry-level rule books, one called the Player Core and one called the GM Core. So we're separating this thick book into two separate books. Mm-hmm. And then also, in addition to those hardcover rule books, we've got a beginner box. Beginner boxes are really successful. They have a lot of content and maps and guides and pawns stuffed inside. And that'll have an introductory adventure and really get you started.
Right.
So those are great entry-level ways to get involved in Pathfinder. And really, we do have a second game called Starfinder that I can tell you about. And the entry-level products for those are the same, a core rulebook and a beginner box. Right. And that's a science fantasy game. It's a spin-off of Pathfinder. Mm-hmm. It has elves and dwarves and dragons, but it also has starships and laser guns and robots and worlds to explore. Right. So it's a mashup of science, hardcore science fantasy and hardcore science fiction and high fantasy.
Nice.
Get your chocolate and your peanut butter together.
Yeah. Now, I'm assuming that you play Pathfinder yourself.
Indeed.
What is the most chaotic thing you've ever done in a Pathfinder game?
Oh, look. Look at that symbol on the floor. That must be a magical teleportation circle. Let's jump on it. It was a pit trap. Yeah, that didn't go well.
Nice.
So, and I'm notorious for rolling poorly. In the game, if you roll a 1, it's like an auto failure, and I roll those a lot.
Yeah,
it seems.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Aaron. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for jumping in.
Thank you.